right, hello everyone. Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series. I am your host, DB Smiley, bringing you this big A East matchup between Bronzd6 and Caffeinated Knights. Take a look at the standings. Caffeinated Knights last week dropping 1-2 to I just enjoy bread, man. Bronzd6, on the other hand, looking really good. Dropping a domination victory on Vendetta, one of the new teams added. You know, we don't really have a great power level for Vendetta, but Bronzd6 certainly looking good in that matchup. Gotta say that Nexus division looking super competitive. You see Phoenix Rising Zircon getting a 2-1. I believe it was Gilly Shark. So they were a team that I had fairly low, and in my original power rankings, that of course has proven incorrect. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this division progresses. It's looking incredibly competitive. Doesn't look like it's going to change. Looks like we're about to get going here. On to Dragonshire as selected by Bronzd6. Bronzd6 winning the toss, choosing the map pick, however. Bronzd6 then went on to ban Tomb and Volskaya. Calf Knights banning out Cursed and Infernal Shrines. And so, looks like we're getting ready to jump into this. Always a fun map, Dragonshire. You know, I've always for a long time been a big fan of Infernal Shrines because it's got a bit of macro, it's got a bit of camping, but it's got a big emphasis on team fighting. But when and certainly when I'm playing, I think I still prefer that. But man, I love casting Dragonshire. There's just so much nuance on the map to watch, and I just quite enjoy watching that. Cat, can you not do what you're doing? Thank you. Speaking of, my co-pilot, oops, can't see him. There he is, my co-pilot, ready to go. Hi, Stewie-Dooby-Doo. Colby is back fucking around with something. Anyway. First ban to Caffeinated Knights. What are they gonna ban? It's going to be the Tychus. Tychus definitely rising up the meta this season. Just his ability to punish tanks. And there's a lot of, like, off warriors in the meta, too. Certainly increased his popularity a bit. Zul'jin, the immediate turnaround. That recklessness making him very, very strong at the moment. Very hard to deal with. Only a 6% popularity rate last season. I guarantee that once I load in the stats for this season, it will be higher. I chose not to do so yet, just because, frankly, there just aren't a lot of stats yet. There's only been a few games played. Yeah. Garrosh, gonna be the ban. By Calf Knights. And Hogger, banned out by Bronzd6. So, pretty quick bans coming out from Bronzd6. Looks like they knew what they wanted to ban. Rexxar gonna be the first choice here. Rexxar, always a very, very popular choice on this map. Look at that, 58% win rate. Not bad at all. Obviously, the ability to soak the lane and hold bear on the point, a big part of what makes Rexxar so strong on this map. Two picks to come. Cassia, very, very strong assassin. And Stukov, you know, generally it's Stukov and Brightwing are considered the strongest healers. Stukov gonna bring kind of that really big dick CC, but just has a ton of healing. Doesn't have a true cleanse though, and that's often the way you can punish Stukov is with very quick burst damage, with enabled with some CC. We'll see if Calf Knights drafts that, or if they maybe have something else in mind. As we see them go into the Johanna and the Anduin. So they aren't going to go into the Brightwing, even though I think the Global can be valuable here. They want to make sure they have that cleanse in case Stukov lands that big combo. See, Anduin, you know, despite the high popularity, only a 44% win rate for the healer, despite that big cleanse ability. And I've always wondered if that's just coincidence, because it always feels to me like Anduin is strong, but the win rate never seems to match that. I don't really ever know what to make of it. Secret coming in, dropping the good luck Bronzd6 in chat. Thank you for coming out to watch. I'm excited. See the Rainer banned out, trying to deny auto attack damage being the big thing. Varian gonna get banned. Sensible ban with the Stukov follow up. The taunt lasts so long. Stukov almost guaranteed root value off that. My team and I ran that last night to close out a game 3. It worked out pretty well. It's just a strong combo. And while you and yeah, Anduin has a cleanse, but Anduin's heals are so slow that once his cleanse is down, he's incredibly vulnerable to it. And it looks like we're gonna solo lane Falstad here, meaning a pretty squishy comp coming out from Bronzd6. We'll see what tank they pair it with. I'm thinking maybe like a Mei or they might want some more hard CC. Could be a Diablo, could be a Mura. That could work well. Artanis is going to be grabbed by Darkhawk here. And there is Hanzo. Going to be the last pick. I'm surprised to see Artanis' win rate down that low. Usually he's picked on pretty niche situations, niche maps, as a way to get PvE value. So for him to only have a 42% win rate surprised me. Last pick to come, it's got to be the tank. It is Mei. Okay. Mei does bring a lot of good disruption. So we have kind of triple frontline here coming out from Calf Knights. Trying to enable Hanzo to sit back and just pew, pew, pew. Certainly a lot of opportunity in terms of getting camp value with that Rexar, with that Artanis. They definitely have that. And they're going to be able to sit on the point. Question is, are they going to be able to get enough damage to get the kills? Apparently, I'm being told that Darkhawk Artanis is a touch on the strong side. I will take each of your words for it. But go ahead, tell me who you think is going to win Game 1 here in chat as we get set up, working our way through the loading screen at the moment. Personally, both these drafts are a bit non-standard. You can see once we get in that there's 3 backliners on the side of Bronzd6, 3 frontliners on the side of Calf Knights. It's going to make it kind of an interesting dichotomy here as we go to introduce our 2 teams. On the left side, they're so low they can't even get out to Bronze 5. It is Bronzd6. We're going to have Danny on Mei, CRT on Falstad, Ferret 102 on that Stukov, Kira going to be on Chromie, and Mark on Cassia. And on the right side, going to be Caffeinated Knights. Harborim is going to be on Anduin. Darkhawk on the Artanis. Osmanthus is on the Joanna. Arc on the Rexar. And Love Dart bringing the damage on that Hanzo. Hanzo going scatter arrow build. Mei did not go the blind talent I typically see. That every 3rd hit of Blizzard do additional damage. Interesting. So getting some extra stun damage there if they can get some lockdown, especially with the Stukov, that could pay off big dividends. Initial soak fairly even. Falstad is going bribe, so lightning build pretty much. Artanis is stacking. Every auto attack giving bonus damage, every auto attack against a hero. So far hasn't been able to do it. So this is basically a melee assassin Artanis. And there's going to be some opportunity to land some attacks. They want to get onto Kira on this Chromie, and they do. Nice little catch out there. Great swap by Darkhawk, and already living up to the hype as that camp is going to be stolen. Falstad currently double rotating the lanes. Let's take another quick look at that engage. You can see, Chromie and Mei trying to hold this bot lane. Artanis lands the big swap and then the good cutoff. to catch that Chromie. Well done. Mid lane being cleaned up here. Rexxar has control of the top. Admiral cracking off, a.k.a. Stukov. Grab the bottom. Oh, but Stukov gets swapped under the towers. Does have the big self-heal. And the reactive Ballista Spores to help out. And, well, May with actually a good stun there. Stukov silence to follow. Gotta watch the swaps, though. Darkhawk very aggressive looking for those swaps. Cassia thinking about invading Hanzo over here. Harbor has come up to help finish this siege camp. Falstad currently channeling the top, has at least neutralized it. Misha will prevent the full cap. But now looking at this full invade potentially, although with Osmanthus coming in backside, actually Osmanthus a bit of trouble there, and Kira is going to get the finish on the Chromie. Well done. So even though siege picked up, that is a huge win there for Bronzd6 in terms of getting that kill. It's going to let them clean up this siege camp without really much drama. Meanwhile, Mark hovering up here, secret mission. And just Mark showing is going to make Misha pull back off the point, Rexxar pull back off the point. CRT going to try to suck some damage into Arc. Arc is a bit low. Does not appear to have a tap, so might need to back. Mark here in the mid, nice little fend as kind of like a pseudo juke there to prevent him getting kind of trapped. Not going to be able to step up and cap at the moment. Stukov, though, is now rotating up, but actually sees the Hanzo here and is throwing a couple Falcon punches for good measure. Darkhawk goes in, wanting to get onto this Chromie. Both Chromie and May's mana rather low. Same could be said for Artanis. Nice little ice block to prevent the Artanis swap. Cassia has cleaned the mid. Rexxar has recapped the top in the meantime. CRT going very aggressive with the minion. Not quite able to get the finish, but certainly a lot of menace to that attack. Darkhawk still looking for these swaps. Haven't really found another killer one yet. Good eye here. Is my, yeah, okay. Siege camp, or excuse me, the minion wave pushing up. They have gotten the gate. The wall is low. Falstad is actually going to go for the camp steal. And this is going to be an effective camp steal there. We're getting a few bribe stacks, getting the camp, while Cassia grabbing as well. Going to put additional pressure onto this Rexxar here in the bottom. 3v4 though, we are going to see Calf Knights grab this bottom objective. Will turn the main shrine red, although Falstad captures the top with Rexxar needing to deal with that bruiser camp. So, as such, no trade yet. Joe trying to help soak the wave. Here comes Cassia now, looking down at Hanzo. Hanzo going to get some healing here from Anduin. As Calf Knight's going to walk away from this one. That has made the shrine blue. Artanis now kind of stuck in this defensive posture. Cass is going to start the channel, but get interrupted here. Falstad trying to hold up top, but going to need to back up now that Cassie is not really going to be able to cap. Hanzo has finished his scatter arrow quest, and Danny is extremely low. He's going to full hearth here. But now potential actually for Artanis to get a capture. No one from red, though, staying on the point. Artanis has come down, looks for the swap. Great juke by Ferret. Ferret just absolutely escaping there. Team's just hovering around this point. Right now it is still contested. Rexxar has come down with the boars. Ice Wall tries to lock someone down. Nobody gets caught in it. Not really able to engage past it. There's the big stun combo. The Mighty Gust having to be used to take out the light ball. Swap almost connects on the Stukov. Great Mighty Gust there. It was a good combo, but the Mighty Gust was better. That said, Ferret having a hard time escaping. And it is Rexar who's going to be the first to fall there. And so Caffeinated going to have to back up. Let's take another look at that. See, I mean, the big combo comes in. They get the Dragon's Arrow. Here comes the Light Bomb, but the Mighty Gust absolutely saving the day. Both teams kind of brawl back and forth, trading damage for a bit. And eventually it's going to be actually Rexar who gets kind of the signature pop there. Bronzd6 helping to secure that kill. Right now, this game, very, very even between these two teams. Nobody has been able to cash in a Dragonite net yet. Excuse me. Bottom lane, though, looking to be controlled by Bronzd6. Artana's going to start rotating down, making it a 3v3. The Ice Wall comes in, not connecting onto anyone. Artanis is onto the Chromie here. Looks for the swap and finds it, but has to get the cleanse. Oh, but Kira gets popped there by Love Dart. And Love Dart just absolutely decimated that health bar. What a great shot. And here comes the Light Bomb. They're looking onto Cassia. Stormbow is there for the follow-up damage. Root onto Cassia. She was below 200 health, but the Lightning Ball is going to connect onto Anduin. Great turnaround, and a little bit of anything you can do, I can do better. Both teams trading out a kill there. And once again, we're neutral in terms of the Dragonite. Oh, Stukov is just barely missing these swaps. And that looks like we're actually going to see Stukov and Chromie and Cassia start to work on this bottom bruiser camp. Just trying to open up something here. Falstad still double soaking between these two lanes. Joe has come down. Hanzo. He can't come. Goes to throw out some damage. There's a big stun onto Artanis. Oh, the Ice Wall is going to catch him. So even though the cleanse came out, great Bless Shield to try to disengage it. There comes the Ball Lightning. The Mighty Gust tries to lock Artanis back in, and he goes down to the Cassia. And now Bronzd6 with an opportunity potentially to get the capture. Falstad, however, has used the fly, so if they want to channel the top point, they're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way of walking up. Dragon's Arrow comes in, connects onto Mei, looking for the counter engage, but only hitting the Mei, didn't feel comfortable trying to engage onto that. They are going to get some chunk onto this bottom fort, but it is still standing. Falstad going to go ahead, bribe the Bruiser camp. Doing a good job getting those bribe stacks. Let's take a gander. 14. Oh, that's how many stacks he currently has. 30 bonus damage. So that is pretty tasty, all things considered. Cassia maybe looking to pick that out where Caffeinated here in the mid. Danny now kind of surrounded on all sides. Nice little ice block to prevent the swap, but the Root comes back in. Under tower, should be able to escape. The Ball Lightning is going to kill Misha. So while the members of Caffeinated back up and reach out to the local SPCA representative, actually they're not going to do that. They're going to hard engage, and the swap into the Chromie with the Light Bump, catching Stukov as well. The Ice Wall only enough to make sure Stukov can get away. What a great engage there by the members of Caffeinated to get that kill and get that camp steal. Should maybe allow them to get onto the front fort, but that said, this top fort now has fallen. Anduin channeling down here, May gonna step up. They're gonna go ahead and back off. Let's take a look at that last kill on that siege camp. You can see here come the members of Caffeinated. They were not ready to back up, and that great swap there by Darkhawk. Light Bomb helps land onto Stukov. That's all she wrote as far as Chromie goes. Joe getting massive shoved out there. Neither team getting a cap just yet. But the macro has been favoring Bronzd6 here. As you can see, they've gotten quite a bit of damage onto this bot fort. Top fort has fallen. On the other hand, not really any damage to speak of. On the walls. So that gate's down at least. But that's pretty much it for Caffeinated. They go ahead and grab their siege camp. They have 4 down. Stukov and Falstad, though, coming in for the invade. Now, the objective is red at the moment, and it looks like Hanzo and Anduin rotating up. Are they coming up to defend the Bruiser camp? Looks like they are. And so that will enable the Bruiser camp to be capped. And now the question is, how much trouble is Cassia in? She's going to have to stay here and stall out the Artanis. But Falstad went top, neutralized, or Chromie, I should say, went bot, neutralized the point. Falstad going to turn it blue. Now he needs to make sure that he can get out of here. And Hanzo is in a position to finish and does just that. So the Falstad getting picked off there. That is an important kill. The ice wall comes out, but good disengage by Harborim on that Anduin. Oh, the health bars are low. This has a lot of menace to it. The light bomb, can they get onto Cassia? The blind comes out, but it's not enough to save her life. And now Danny looking for the exit, but oh, Danny boy. The pipes are calling. You're just banned from chat permanently, Pina. That's actually not even a joke. Thank you. Ooh, Ferret's in a bit of trouble. He went for the stall. That actually is a joke. I only timed you out for 1 second. Dragon Knight going over to Calf Knights. We finally have a DK this game. By the way, I had been planning for the day when I cast Bronzd6 for a long time, and I was planning to use the "Oh Danny Boy" bit. That is as forced a meme as I've ever had. DK working on this bot fort. It will certainly get it down. Well, that said, the ball lightning chugging out. The Dragon's Arrow followed by the Bless Shield trying to stun out Cassia, but follow-up damage really not there. The ice wall onto the Anduin helped preventing any further engage. The suppression pulse, though, is probably going to disengage. Oh, Stukov is in so much trouble. The swap into the condemn, into the light bomb. And Calf Knights starting to put their foot on the gas here. Siege camp has been grabbed. Looks like just trying to make sure they're getting some value into the lanes. They are going to go for the Bruiser camp now. Rexar and Hanzo in the mid. Hanzo looking like he's going to go ahead and start this siege camp. Rexar just want to make sure he gets the soak top. Calf Knights well on their way to 20 here at the moment. Getting these camps going to help them along the way. Now, Anduin did take Renew at level 1, so that suggests to me the double cleanse at 20, which frankly is a good idea into that Stukov root combo. Could be a desperate plea, but I mean, in the sense that it's pickable, but I'm pretty sure it'll be the double cleanse, and in fact it is. You don't tend to go Varian's Legacy with Renew. That's kind of the one that's pretty much limited to... Oh, here comes the Dragon's Arrow. They get the stun onto the Mei. There's the ice block, though, and the Stukov Silence is going to help disengage that. Big camp push, though, is putting a lot of menace into this wall. Keep in mind, oh, there's the ice wall. Only catches Misha, though. Bring your animals inside. If you're cold, they're cold. Bruiser camp pushing onto the Bridge of Death up top. Falstad does have a Gust. I think they want to try to find this Falstad. They have. He's not going to get the fly off. CRT goes down there with a Mighty Gust in hand. Maybe a little bit too patient there, I think, with some of the tools I think Falstad could have used to make sure they got away. That's certainly going to, as soon as level 20 kicks over, too, as well, that's certainly going to put a disadvantage on a Bronzd6. We're currently working on this bottom objective. Calf Knights getting their Bruiser. We have, from Calf Knights, the upgraded Boars, the upgraded Bless Shield, the second Cleanse, the upgraded Dragon's Arrow play of the game. And the upgrade suppression pulse, so, you know, a lot of ult upgrades. On the other side, Mei getting the ice block upgrade. We have the Mighty Gust hallway of pain, as I like to think of it. Slowing Sands upgrade. Still waiting on Stukov 20. Stukov 20 has never been super important. But that said, it is the detonation silence, but that said, the root from the boars prevent Bronzd6 from stepping up to contest that dragon, and Darkhawk does in fact get into the Dragon Knight. Faustad at the moment going to clear up this top lane. Members of Calf Knights want to be careful about that Fly Gust, but if they can get the keep down quickly, that will certainly be a big boon here. Faustad now starting to back up, looking for the Hearth. Ice Block comes in, doesn't really do much. The camp, or excuse me, the DK is starting to work onto this keep. The keep has gone down. Mei kicked away. There's a big 4-man Dragon's Arrow with the upgraded Blessed Shield into the Light Bomb. Stun chain for days, and Cassia goes down. What excellent stun chaining there by Caffeinated Knights. Perfectly timed on all of it. And now this is potentially a very menacing situation. The Misha keeping the members of Bronzd6 slow. Danny, can they get back to the base? They drop the ice block. Now going to be able to make it back into the Hall of Storms. The shields have now fallen, and with Artanis on, he can burn quick. Misha just now goes down. It is still a 4v5, but it is under the core. The ice wall tries to lock down Joanna. She gets pulled over the wall by the Anduin. This whole time, Artanis is still on the core. Falstadlo has to barrel out 50% on the core. Calf Knights are going to walk away from this, but they are looking for that opportunity to turn around. The question is, do they find it here? Joe has the Blessed Shield in 2, 1. This is a bit of a threat, and Stukov is going to get isolated. There's the Light Bomb to help secure the Mei as well, and that might be all she wrote as 2 members go down. Everyone's still up except Misha. Actually, no, Misha's back for Calf Knights. And they turn their attention onto this 40% and falling core. That said, not over yet. Darkhawk does go down here. The core is down to 10%. Joanna is down. Hanzo drops 2%, but they finally get it down. That got a little hairy there at the last second. But Calf Knights ultimately just kind of, they find the gas pedal and they don't let off there. Really, really strong showing there by Caffeinated Knights, getting that win. Take a look at your post-game statistics here. As Calf Knight's going to take this map number 1. Go ahead, drop it on the scoreboard. And you know, that match felt like got to the mid-game, and if anything, I'd say Bronzd6 had the advantage. They were getting the slow macro. They were doing well. And then it just seemed like the combo came online. For the members of Calf Knights, they started finding the kills they needed. And they pushed and pushed and eventually broke right on through and ran down the core. Love Dart did some damage. Did some big old damage. 81k, so really good showing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief break, get set up for map number 2. We'll be right back, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone. DB Smiley here. We got a big match here between Bronzd6 and Caffeinated Knights. First map looked really even until it didn't. Caff Knights getting the win there. Bronzd6 chose Dragonshire. Swapping it up now. We're seeing Bronzd6 instead going for that first draft pick. And it is going to be Towers of Doom coming out from Caffeinated Knights. So looks like we should be getting into this game soon. Looking forward to it. Another kind of big macro-oriented map with a lot more skirmishing than 5v5 fights, although we still got a fair share of that in the last match. So here we go, Towers of Doom now. Caff Knights up 1-0 in this series with the first pick, and Bronzd6, I should say, with the first pick here. Caff Knights looking for the domination victory. Would give them 3 points this series and actually move them into first place in the division with 4 points. Bronzd6 currently tied for first with 3, coming off their 2-0 victory over Vendetta in week 1. Of course, there's a ton of matches going on tonight, so you know, whoever even if one of the teams takes first place here, could be another team that has first place by the end of the night. Thursday's always a busy night here at the Nexus Gaming Series. First ban, Zool. So Bronzd6 came in very quick bans on that first Dragonshire game. Little more hesitant on that one. They're banning out the Zool, trying to deny that double soak. Zool can be strong on this map. Skeletal Mages or Poison Nova are also both very effective in the choke points around the shrine. Tychus going to be banned out once again. So same ban coming out from Caff Knights. I think it was Zul'jin and Hogger were banned by B6, if memory serves. Which could suggest they put a lot of priority on those heroes, so if they ban one here, might behoove Caff Knights to think about banning the other, unless they're very confident in their existing bans. Nope, Sonya going to be banned out. So both Hogger and Zul'jin still up. Trying to deny off lanes. They're trying to deny off lanes and choke them out. It suggests that Bronzd6 wants to get an offlaner. Now, this is a good Hanzo map, and frankly, Lovedart played a troublingly good Hanzo in the last game. Chromie banned out from Bronzd6 for the poke that she can bring. The choke point control, the time traps, and the stall, all very useful tools for Chromie on this map. Hanzo was, frankly, a damned problem for Bronzd6 in the last map. We'll see if maybe they look at it in a third ban, assuming it gets that far. They have their first pick. Are they going to go for that Hogger or that Zul'jin that we saw them ban out? Maybe go with the priority? No, going to stick with the variant. And that was banned out in the last game after the Stukov was grabbed. Going with something a bit more one-dimensional, but also a lot easier to follow up on than Mei. A lot more reliable in terms of locking a target down. Mei, you know, can combo people, but it's a lot less reliable and a lot less predictable, CC. Stukov going to be denied here. And going right back to Rexxar. Seeing the solo lane choke, Arc wanting to get onto that Rexxar quickly. Arc, I believe, pretty common Rexxar picker, I believe. Let me check that. Yep. Oh, only picked twice last season. 0-2 on the hero, but Well, now 1-0 this season. Lucio going to be grabbed. Actually, it could be more than 1-0. Lucio grabbed. Lucio going to enable Varian and Cassia to rotate pretty quickly here. Mark going right back onto that Cassia. And Gazlo going to be banned out for the follow-up CC that he can bring, as well as the double soak. Artanis going to be denied from Darkhawk. No Moss, they say on the swaps. No Moss. So a big solo lane choke coming out from Calf Knights, or at least I should say a big bruiser choke, as Calf Knights did run a kind of 2 bruisers in the last game. Osmanthus is going to get onto the ETC this time. ETC, I think... Oops. I accidentally just closed Soothsayer. Oh. Oopsies. ETC. Gonna make it actually pretty hard for Varian to get the taunt, because you can trade face melt whenever a taunt occurs for disruption. And then there's the Jaina, gonna bring some burst damage off the CC if they can have the ETC power slide into the Stukov. We saw some really, really good CC chaining on the last game coming out from Calf Knights. See if they can do it again. There's the Greymane and the Arthas. Arthas offlane here into the Rexar. A lot of burst damage, though. A lot of potential to kill a target off a root, but I'm a bit worried about the macro, if I'm honest, coming out from Bronzd6. We'll see if it works out. Lucio is incredibly strong right now. The high 5 is just exceptionally good. There's the Zul'jin coming out from Love Darts. They're not going with the Hanzo, which was let through last time. Instead, going with that Zul'jin. We'll expect to see Recklessness. Yeah, I really like Lucio right now. High 5 just feels incredibly strong. That said, the thing about high 5 is you're only unstoppable after the high 5 as Lucio. Meaning, if someone's in the middle of a Stukov silence and rooted, you're not going to be able to cleanse them. And given that burst damage of the Jaina, it might actually still be a sound barrier game. We'll see. Personally, I like the comp a bit better from Calf Knights here. We'll see how the Arthas pays off, though. I mean, if you can get on top of the Zul'jin, certainly going to significantly reduce Zul'jin's damage. But that's a tall order just to get on top of the Zul'jin. Given that there'll be an ETC and a Rexar and Jaina slows in the way. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this game on the left side. It is Bronzd6. Run it down. It's going to be Danny on the Varian. We got CRT on the Arthas. I love that Arthas skin. Kira on the Greymane. Ferret on Lucio. And Mark is going to be on Cassie. And over on the right, Caffeinated Knights. Osmanthus on ETC. Love Dart on the Zul'jin. Darkhawk on the Jaina. Harper on Stukov. And Arc on the Rexar. Take a look at those level 1s. Reactive Ballista Spore. Prog Rock. Like a Frostbolt build here. Lucio going with that Accelerando. Charge Strikes from the Cassia. Recklessness. No. Yeah, it is Recklessness. Okay. There we go. A good route to start off from Arthas. He's going to go with that Rhyme, the Arthas unique block talent. Looks like we have a pause right out of the gate. Okay, got some weird lag here, so we'll see if we can get that going. All right. We'll just try to figure out what is going on here. Let's see. We're getting cow puns in chat. Oh god, the cow puns. I can't suffer alone. You guys have to see the cow puns. Good lord. All right, well, it was a good cast, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. Bye now. Alright, apparently I'm not supposed to leave just because they're making absolutely horrible puns. Apparently I'm not allowed to. Oh well. Oh boy. We're getting a lot of talking, but not, no one has, by the way, mentioned if the reason for the pause has been resolved. It seems to be. No. Okay. Never mind. JK. Alright. Well, we're gonna... Okay, we got, apparently some bio breaks with the pause, so... This is kind of just standard stuff. So, just stick with us. In the meantime, I am actually just going to pause because I'm just filling time and I'm not that good at it, frankly. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to go back in. I just heard an okay, and Bronzd6 is now ready again, so we should be able to jump back into the game. I swear to God, if there's another cow pun in this game, I'm just gonna... I don't know. Unbelievable, frankly. Right now, ooh, Lucio barely got out of that one. That was a bit risky looking, frankly. Sure my right sound channel's on. Yep, it is. A lot of chaos all over the map here. Now trying to get onto Arc on this Rexar, and they actually managed to accomplish it very well there. And you're going to need to get those pickoffs with the Arthas in the lane. Meanwhile, though, an aggressive camp steal coming in. They're going to try to move on to the point. They managed to get the kill onto Jaina. The question is, will the members of Caffeinated be able to get out of here? And the answer, at least for Stukov, is no. Now the question for Zul'jin isn't if he gets out, it's does he trade? And the answer is also no. So very good counter camp steal there. Camp was still stolen, but go ahead and take a look at that engage once again. See that the engage comes right through that bush, and this is where the Arthas preventing people from getting away is going to get a lot of value, and ETC, the only one really with mobility here, as no one else on the team really has it, and you can see that they all pay for the price because of that Arthas, just completely unable to escape. And that's going to be something the Caffeinated's going to have to keep in mind this game. Not only do they not have a lot of mobility in the form of Jaina, Stukov, and Zul'jin, they also are negotiating an Arthas and a Lucio. And so I actually... Ooh, and Rexar killed once again, this time by the Arthas in the top. So everything I said about Arthas proving to not be true now, as the focus on the Love Dart going to be able to get away from that. Yeah, I guess the thing I did not consider as a caster, and certainly Bronzd6 considered it because it's working well for them, is this huge mobility edge they have with the combination of this Lucio Arthas. They're both increasing their own movement speed and reducing the movement speed of Calf Knights. And already up, I mean, almost 2 levels here, although Danny a little bit low. Silence comes out from Stukov, but not really on anyone yet. Top objectives look like they're going to be traded, although I don't know if Ark's going to get this. Ark actually interrupting to stun out the Greymane with Misha, keeping our attention down here, though. The 3v4 starting to push against Bronzd6. Danny is absolutely low. The parry buys him some time, but I don't think it'll be enough. Oh, Lucio with the great knockback peel, though. And that's at least going to save the day as it relates to getting Arthas, or Varian out of there, excuse me. But during that, Arthas and Greymane did manage to channel top right, and so ultimately, despite losing that bottom objective, it is a good start here for Bronzd6. Now, they had a great start in the last series. Not this great, not close to this great, but still a great start in the last series, and they ultimately lost the map. So we'll see if they can maintain this advantage. Level lead is about at a level, but it does lead to a talent here. Although the question is, Danny's going to be able to get back in the game. ETC actually booping out of the blizzard there, and now Varian goes in and says, "You're going to stand under my towers?" Taunt. Wow, Ferret is. I don't want to say Ferret is ham, but Ferret is certainly not kosher. May not be full on ham, but that was not kosher at all. Cassia working on the sappers here in the bottom left. Lucio continuing to rotate, making sure to pick up those XP globes. Doing a lot of nice little boopy dances off the wall. Cassia and Varian have grabbed the sappers. Greymane was looking top, trying to maybe punish that. Ooh, there's a big taunt onto the Jaina, but the ETC power slide through is going to save her life. For now, though, she is low HP. And 3v4 trying to push this in, although Greymane is on the flank up here. And now here comes Lucio moving in. Stun onto Kira to prevent the engage, but it's still enough to get onto the Jaina without that ice block. It's going to be hard to keep her alive this early. And now top objectives are up, and Greymane actually going to start this Sapper camp. Although without Varian here, this is a risky 3v3. Varian is going to back channel. Looks like we have an ETC disconnect, unfortunately, once again. And, yeah, it's looking good for Bronzd6. Also, Calf Knights having those connection issues. See if we can get going. Looks like ETC is actually back, just typed. So we may not have too long a break. The questions that are being thrown out here. You guys ever watch WandaVision? You guys ever had Shang artisan noodles before? You guys ever seen a grown man naked? Keep an eye. Varian should be able to get that channel unmolested. Right now, CRT disrupting the Rexar as we get back into it. 3v3 here in the bottom. Jaina is moving up to the top. Ooh, the chase is on. Might be able to get onto Love Dart. There's the slow with the boop. And that secures it. So a great 3v3 tankless kill there. As Arthas and Varian are up towards the top. Here come the rest of the members of Calf Knights, and CRT does kill the Misha, but might not be able to get away. There's the power slide. Looking at the Varian. Varian is falling very quickly. The sappers have been grabbed. Greymane actually staying towards the bottom. The channel has been finished here by Calf Knights, but they go in. They find the ETC, and oh, by the way, level 10s are here. And the death coil. They had vision of ETC. They get the death coil behind the wall. Oh my goodness, that was huge. And now a 2-level lead and this bottom fort potentially about to be converted. Bronzd6 starting to run away with this game number 2. Can they get the Jaina kill again? They do. Danny is going to take some tower shots, but just going to drop the parry and try to stay under, kill it quick, and they do. And now this is a 2.5 level lead Bottom tower has been converted, and things are just falling apart here for Calf Knights at the moment. Still no level 10, and it's hard for them to find anything to do on the map. Hard for them to even find Soak because of the pressure that this Lucio Varian kind of hyper-fast engage is doing them. You see the focus there on the ETC. Silence, though, comes out onto the Varian. Tries to push some damage out, but here comes Arthas. Lands the big root. As they continue to push in, Zul'jin is burning the bottom. Misha, however, is down. Level 10 still not quite here for Calf Knights. Looks like they might start looking at this Zul'jin here. By the way, on the level 10s, it's a Cursed Bullet. It is Sound Barrier, not High Five, which I think I expected after the Stukov consideration. Power going to be converted back, but Stukov and Zul'jin are in a lot of trouble. There's the Unkillable. Tries to turn on into the Lucio, but does fall right as the Unkillable ends. Mark has nowhere to go, though, and so that is first blood for the members of Calf Knights, but they've lost 2 more since then. Arc is extremely low, trying to run away. Lucio trying to enable the chase. ETC power sliding through. Arc will get away. So ultimately a 2-for-3 trade favoring Bronzd6. But the bottom tower has been reconverted to Calf Knights. So I think ultimately they will take that in stride. Honestly, for how rough that looked at the start, to be able to find 2 kills there and make something and then get away, that is a win at this point of the game for Calf Knights. Top Sapper is going to be grabbed here by Cassie and Lucio. Greymane Variant grabbing the left. Right Sapper is being grabbed by Calf Knights. Are they going to invade or are they just going to push? They certainly want to get this Soak. They are down level 13s here. By the way, it's Mosh Pit, Massive Shove, Boars, Welly, and Taz Dingo. And the Mosh, solo Mosh, going to be used to kill ETC, but under the towers, taking that damage. And now here comes the Arthas flank, and Stukov just has absolutely nowhere to go, recognizing the situation. Just steps up to die. Oh, the Sound Barrier catching Lucio when he had about an HP left. The dive under tower finds Jaina, and they go into the death zone to find the Zul'jin. So Bronzd6 showing absolutely no mercy. Little bit of a sweep the leg there, as Bronzd6 has definitely been getting their revenge for the latter half of that Dragonshire game this series. And my goodness, they are playing their comp extraordinarily well. Forgive me for ever doubting in the draft screen. It has worked so very well. Lucio finds 5 shots here on the channel. They're about to grab a 5th tower. And expect them to play the shell game now. Bottom needs to be the focus right now for the members of Calf Knights just to avoid getting 6 capped. They are starting to push in aggressively. Zul'jin is down here to burn. Rest of the team up to defend. Oh, but ETC goes in for the rest of the team as there, steps up, gets rooted, unable to escape. And now this top fort will drop. The question is, will they get the 6 cap bonus shot here? Looks like Zul'jin should be able to get this soon. Mid is being focused down as well. 1 6 cap shot does go in. Oh, look at this. Look at the aggressive rotation here to defend their mid. And once again, another Misha kill. Love that aggressive rotation. That is such a confident move there. They're not going to be able to save this fort, but they can rotate down bot and recap bottom. And I think recognizing that Calf Knights is heading down as well, they got to be aware of the backflank from the Arthas. Level 16 is here for Bronzd6, still a level away from Calf Knights. Bronzd6 moving in aggressively. Jaina has been the focus in a lot of situations. There's the taunt on the ETC, does get rooted. Army of the Dead comes out. As yet, no kills. Rexar currently cleaning up the top. Good defense there by Calf Knights to prevent the recap. So right now, every channel is going to turn into 4 shots. Lucio should be able to get the bottom here. Rexar should be able to get the top. Varian should be able to get the top left. So this is still going to be a 10-28 score by the time all is said and done. That's definitely a pretty big lead at this point. Oh, top was converted. Excuse me. I forgot that top was still captured. So not 10-28. It's going to be 29-8. Ooh, there's the sound barrier, but ETC gets booped out of the mosh. Great play there by Ferret. And that prevents the big engage. They manage to find Misha. Can they get another kill? Doesn't look like they can, but they can go ahead and reconvert this bot. Look to walk maybe some of these sappers in. Jaina trying to push them off with the damage. 1 sapper does remain, so they could reduce the core health down to 7. Arthas does back. Are they going to try to shell game this again? Misha and Rex are clearing up the top. Bronzd6 pushing in here. Zul'jin up to defend, as is Jaina. They get some damage, but have to back up, so they only have 4 of the towers at the moment. ETC came in on the flank. Taunt disrupts his engage. Level 16 is now here for Caff Knights. We see the imposing presence coming out from ETC, trying to maybe equalize this movement speed situation a bit. Next 2 tributes, though, are going to be bottom, which is going to be a problem here for Caff Knights, as they need to clear these sappers. They absolutely lose the game if they give up both of these channels, even if they reconvert this tower. But they really don't want to give up either, as that's just really going to put their back to the wall. As even if they give up just 1 tribute here. Oh, the mosh comes out. He catches 3. Oh, and there's Osmanthus making the play, and that might be enough. Varian is the first to go down. Arthas and Lucio going to be hard to catch up to. But that might be enough for Caff Knights to at least start working their way back into this game. Oh, there's the root onto Lucio, and Lucio has nowhere to go. And the root combo is going to land on to Arthas. They might be able to find him too. Good body blocks with the slow from Jaina. And this is just what the doctor ordered for Caff Knights to get them back into the game. They get both the channels. That translates, though, only to a few points, as the top and the mid have been converted. They're going to go ahead and grab this bottom offensive keep before they back up and clean. But meanwhile, up in the top, Greymane and Cassia going to do some work here on this boss that would reduce the core health down to 4 if they can pull this off, and they do. So, despite the big victory, this is still a dire, dire situation for the members of Caff Knights. Only 4 health on the core. They're going to reconvert their mid, but by the time they recapture top, their bottom advantage will be lost. So, you know, yes, they fought back into it. They're going to have 20. They're going to have an opportunity, but it is going to take almost immaculate play. Next objective, solo objective bottom. There won't be a triple objective again in this game. Rexar up in the top. Bronzd6 wants to be aggressive here. Arthas only just now coming back because of the death stagger. So it is a 4v4. Sapper's going to get cleaned up, though, very, very much without drama. Rexar still coming in. Here comes the 5v4 situation. Level 4 is here. ETC went with the tour bus. Upgraded massive shove from the Stukov. We have the root boars. There's the taunt. Root boars, though, going to try to disengage this. Silence onto the Varian. He is stunned out, and Varian goes down. Health bars, though, are so low already for the members of Caff Knights. Don't know if they'll be able to re-engage this. Misha has gone down. They're trying to chase into this. Arthas with the army attack gets on top of the Jaina. The pings come in, but the stun from the mosh. Jaina still goes down to the Greymane in the back. There's the tour bus. They shove Greymane under the tower. He's going to drop. 4v3 situation, but it is going to be Stukov going down, who is left alone in the back line. It is a 3v3. And now ETC goes down, and that might be enough for Bronzd6 to win the game. The Taz Dingo comes out. Can he turn around and find the kill? They can't just get the kill. They also need to get onto this bottom. Lucio is channeling him gestures. Is he going to be able to get it through? Cassie with the mount, but she gets killed, and Ferret does get the channel ultimately. And so despite Caff Knights doing everything they can to get back into the game, it is going to be Bronzd6 taking us to a game 3, and frankly, a dominant showing by Bronzd6. I mean, you know, couple of moments at the end of the game where Caffeinated seemed to get back into it, but man, Bronzd6 was just running a kill train, and Caffeinated Knights had tickets all aboard Chugga Chugga on the kill train. At the end, really dramatic ending, well done, but it is going to be a game 3 between these two vaunted Nexus division teams. I can't wait. Hope you'll stick around with me. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Nexus Gaming Series. Sorry, was muted there. As we are getting set up for game number 3 here between these two teams. Will be the decider match on Alterac Pass as selected by Caffeinated Knights. Interesting for them to go with the map pick, as the team that has selected map has not won tonight. So we'll see if they have something in the can prepared that they can maybe catch Bronzd6 off, or if Bronzd6, now having found their confidence, is able to take this the rest of the way home. You want to say hi, Chloe? Hang on, I think someone wants to say hi. Come on. There she is. It's a Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got a little snagged on my headphones cord. Looks like we're ready. Looks like we're going to get into the draft soon. Chloe, what do you think about this game? Who do you think's going to win? She's still mulling it over. Right now she's standing on my left knee, so I'm going to guess that she means the left side team, which is Bronzd6. I think that's a good guess. Chloe is your big fan, Bronzd6. My goodness, can you just stop being so adorable? She's a good girl. I love my Chloe quos. Chloe. Oh. Did we have okay. I don't know if that was maybe a I think captain was set wrong. Maybe. Trying to figure out what is going on here. Give me a sec. Don't know if that was a DC or if that was a someone fucked up the setup. Not sure. We'll figure that out. Oh, internet. All right, fair enough. So the connection woes unfortunately continue here, but hopefully we'll get going soon. Thank you for your help, Chloe, but I think I have the cash from here. She very much wants to be in my lap right now. I think no, looks like everything with draft was set up right. I think that was just a straight DC, so we should be able to get into this soon. Once again, decider map here. Chloe is absolutely wonderful co-caster, but you know who else is a great co-caster? Those boys over there on the couch, Scooby-Doo and Colby Bear. And there's a fourth cat who doesn't come downstairs much. She, especially in the evening, she pretty much spends the evenings with her mommy. That is Miss Morgan Kitty up in the top right. She doesn't tend to make many appearances down here. When she does, they're very valuable, and I'm going to try to note them. She's a very, very sweet girl, but she was her mommy's cat before I met her mommy, and so she prefers to spend her time with her mommy. Those two bums over there on the couch, those are my two. Stewart and Colby. John Stewart and Stephen Colbert. Stewart and Colbert. I adopted those two. Stewart and while I was starting grad school, Colby when I was about halfway through grad school, and I've had those boys for a while. They love each other very, very much. And then Chloe is our mutual adopted kitten. My wife and I, we adopted her last year because the local animal shelter was having trouble because there's just so many kitties and not many people adopting because of the pandemic. So we wanted to bring a little kitty girl into our lives, and we found Miss Chloe Kitty. She's a very, very sweet girl. Her name was Dino-Mitt when we adopted her, and that's a really stupid name, so we changed it. I wanted Samantha a la Samantha Bee because I had like a theme going, but I was overruled, so it's Chloe. She likes the name Chloe, though. All right, enough about my cats. Let's get into this draft between these two teams. As we see the Sonya band out once again. Sonya has been rather popular this season with that slam build getting such an upgrade. The band coming out from Calf Knights. It is the Chromie once again. So after game one, they say no moss, no moss. This is also a map where Chromie's stall is just incredibly valuable. Slowing sands can also make capping extremely difficult. Rexar going to be denied this time. Interesting that they let Rexar through in the first 2 drafts, but now banning it. Maybe worried about the boss clear potential that the Rexar brings, or the stall with the Misha over the Zul. This is obviously not as much a double soak map, so you can do it, but it's just not as common, so Zul does lose some value relative to Towers of Doom. Stukov, gonna be the pick coming, or gonna be the band coming out from Calf Knights. They picked it in the last match, but that mobility gap really put them in a bad spot. We have Chloe back. We have a Chloe kitten again. She's being a sweet girl. As we see Joanna, the first pick from Bronzd6. Game 1, they went claws. Sorry. Game 1, they went May. Game 2, they went Varian. Darkhawk going to be able to get back onto that Artanis. Trying to get back to that Game 1 pick potential that brought. Played very effectively. May going to be the pick from Osmanthus. That matchup seemed to favor Johanna in Game 1. We'll see with the shoes on the other feet if that holds true. CRT going to go back to the Falstad. I kind of like that CRT's playing some like less common solo laners. But I am worried about a lack of frontline, especially with a Tyrande who really needs to be able to step up to get auto attacks off in order to, you know, be able to heal at the rate needed. Chloe, can you stop climbing on my fucking keyboard? Okay, so I want to explain what is happening here. Tychus ban. So watch when I move my mouse. You can see your head moving, right? She's following my mouse around my screen. She loves my mouse, and it's adorable, but I'm trying to cast. Sorry. I'm really not trying to make this a cat stream, but Chloe has insisted that it be just that. Anduin gonna be the ban. That Light Bomb, very much an effective part of Calf Knight's combo in Game 1, so not wanting to relive that experience. I like the hero diversity we've seen from Ferret tonight.
The wait is over.
Love Dart gonna jump onto the Cassia, and it's gonna be a Rhaegar, and you know what? We haven't seen enough Rhaegar lately. Guys, Rhaegar is a lovely, lovely individual. Rhaegar just needs some love. Rhaegar is still really good. I'm going to show you how good Rhaegar is. Look at Rhaegar's stats from last season. Let's go ahead and pull them up. Look at how amazing, how beautiful Rhaegar's stats are. 54% win rate. 54. That's better than 50. That means he's good. It's exactly how that works. Dahaka pick. Have not seen a lot of Dahaka. This is a good map for it, though, with the bushes. Although there aren't too many bushes. Not as good as, like, Cursed Hollow. Still powerful. Diva gonna be grabbed by Ark. So, another kind of triple warrior setup. This time, though, no range like Hanzo to bring the damage. More Cassius, so they have to engage a lot harder here. An interesting comp out of Bronzd6. Not the first time I said that tonight, but also an interesting comp out of Calf Knights. I do like that, unlike Game 1, where they went with Falstad, who kind of functions in... who functioned in a solo lane role, they did get another frontliner, and in this case they have Dahaka, who could be very good for setting up Tyrande. You get the tongue, you don't even need to pull the target, although you can pull them into Lunar Flare. But just a Hunter's Mark Lunar Flare combo, going to do very well. We'll see as we jump into the game how these two teams do. It is the decider match. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell Randy Gonzalez, get in here and watch this game as we introduce the teams. On the left, it is Bronzd6 Danny on Joanna. We got Kira on Dahaka, CRT on the Falstad. Gonna be Mark is not on Cassie, excuse me, on Rainer. And Ferret 102 is going to be on Tyrande. And on the right side, Caffeinated Knights, we're gonna have Harbor on the Rhaegar. Arc is gonna be on Diva. Oh, Rhaegar's using the map skin. Love Dart on the Cassia, Osmanthus on the May, and Darkhawk is going to be on that Artanis. I just thought he's using the map skin. Aw, that's cool. I mean, Mecha Rhaegar is obviously the best skin. I don't think that's up for debate. And if it is, it's okay. Sometimes other people are wrong. Tyrande is going with that Lunar Flare build at level 1. And we do have the NASCAR Dahaka. So that was a good swap attempt, but the Iron Skin keeping Joe alive there. Kira going for the tongue. Doesn't have that extended range yet, otherwise that could have very much caught Cassia. Rainer going to town on this camp. Did go Exterminator, so should be able to burn that fairly effectively. Rhaegar and Diva working on it for the members of Calf Knights. We'll see who wins that race. CRT and Artanis up here in the top. Artanis did go with the Protector of Ire talent, so going to be stacking, but Danny has come up to put some pressure here, and we saw that a bit in the first game, where Bronzd6 was rotating up into that solo lane and putting pressure onto the Rexar. Now seeing a bit of that here. Kira kind of pushed out of the lane by Cassia at the moment, keeping an eye on that. Arc a bit low on that Diva. The Hellbat camp's neutralizing in the mid. I always point this out, but if you don't know, the Siege camp on Alterac is coded exactly like the Braxis holdout Hellbats. The only difference is there's 3 of them rather than 2. Otherwise, they work exactly the same. Ooh, Diva gets tongued under tower. Gets out with about 100 health. Does keep the mech handy, though. Ooh, Falstad! Oh, that looked... That would be... I would like to now do an impression of CRT's butthole. That is the sound of his butthole puckering shut there when he saw the Artanis come over the wall. But did dodge it well. But I know that would cause a bit of a pucker. Both teams getting their second camp in. Got the Rainer and the Joe. Got the Rhaegar and the Diva. Everyone having one other person in the lane. Luna up to 3 stacks on that Lunar Flare. Did not go with the Alun's Chosen, interestingly. Instead, which normally would be the default here. Instead, going with the healing different targets makes the second heal do bonus healing. That is an interesting choice. And I want to be very clear. When I say interesting, that is not like... That's not a euphemism for wrong, because I don't think it is at all. I'm kind of interested with the Artanis. My thought would be you'd want the single target healing that Alun's could bring. But then again, you got to get the Alun's out there, so I don't know. We'll see. Artanis looking in the back. Good dodge there by Ferret. Exceptional dodge by Ferret. And Ferret in a good position to stall out the objective as needed. Ooh, keep in mind, Mark had rotated down, and they managed to get the Cassia. And so Rhaegar and May are going to have to walk away from this. Gonna be able to chunk some going away damage out onto the May. Diva has come down, and actually the mech is going to get broken out here. Dahaka in that bush wants to get the movement up onto the Diva. Can the tongue land? Ooh. Expected Diva. I think I anticipated the juke, and when Diva didn't do it, it didn't connect. Right now, Diva doing a good job defending behind the wall, but Raynor also going to be able to burn these towers pretty quick. Rhaegar started working on the siege camp, then pushed up with the Mei, worried about stalling out that objective, now running right back there. Currently still focusing the bottom are D.Va and Raynor. Getting some questions here in chat, I guess. Firebat camp, Hellbat camp in the lane. I keep calling them Firebats and they're Hellbats, technically. For Calf Knights, Bronzd6 did not get their camp yet. No channel progress yet. Both teams, I think, waiting for 10. Looks like Bronzd6 is going to get there a little bit sooner. Tries to look onto the Falstad, but not having any part of it. Mighty Gust, Blessed Shield, ISO, Raynor's Raiders, actually. Not Hyperion, excuse me. Tyrande has yet to pick hers. I would expect Starfall, but... yeah, it is Starfall. Once again, just great Iron Skins here to prevent Artanis from getting the engage. Here comes the big Starfall. Oh, and the Mighty Gust puts Mei back under towers, and Raynor with the finish. Great Gust there by CRT on that Falstad. And Bronzd6 now with an opportunity to look for the channel. Artanis trying to get these swaps. Haven't really had them yet. But the channel progress now underway, 24 seconds and counting. Dahaka could Z up as needed, although is low health at the moment. Tyrande was pushing mid, now helping to get up here to stall out. Of course, the Raynor's Raiders are not going to let Artanis get any channel progress. Looking for the swap. Once again, just these swaps just a little bit off target here, but still enough to force back the members of Bronzd6. As now it's kind of a 4v3. Go! Lunar Flare hits 2 to secure the getaway. Good job there. Tyrande halfway done. 11 stacks out of 20. Channel progress now kicking off for Calf Knights. Dahaka is still pushing the bot. We'll see if he burrows up here to this bush up above. Joe trying to stall the cap. Dahaka is working on that fort in the bottom. Here comes the Bloodlust. Now Dahaka burrowing up. The Iron Skin used. The Mighty Gust actually pushing them back towards the Diablo, who kind of has to juke through the Starfall to get away. And this might be Calf Knights winning the first objective, and indeedly doodly, it is just that. I don't know why I channeled the ghost of Ned Flanders there. Oh, and Mark retreated to the right side, tried to get that last poke in, got engaged on, and got popped. And so first blood there for Calf Knights, right as the objective kicks off. Falstad going to get last little bit of damage here. Needs to be careful. Does not have the Mighty Gust available and is slowed. There is the barrel roll, but Falstad not able to make his way back to safety. And Love Dart getting the finish. And so perhaps a little bit aggrieved there from Bronzd6. We'll see how badly it gets punished. Cassia rotated so quick, already up onto this Tyrande. Barret is low. They are, however, cleaning up the mid-Cavalier. Oh, Ice Wall collects on the 2. Less shield is available, but it's not going to be in time to... oh, the heals come in, and Raynor survives. And actually, Blessed Shield wasn't even needed there for it. Great job there by the Tyrande. On the heal. Very, very well done. And actually, it is the spell shield to mitigate out some of that Cassia damage. There we go. That was the choice. Big push coming here into the mid, though. Bottom fort was picked up by Calf Knights off that objective. Top fort heavily damaged. Cleanse onto Mei to make sure she can get away. Didn't get a chance to run it down, but we got the micro missiles coming out from D.Va. Bloodlust. Ball, Lightning, Ice Wall, and the Suppression Pulse for the side of Calf Knights. Level 13 talents for both teams. Still an XP lead for Bronzd6, but right now losing out on a little bit of passive XP because of the fort differential. We'll see if they can close that gap. Right now, Hellbat's being cleaned up in the mid. Looked like a potential to focus on the top, but now they recognize, okay, we're going to have to clear that up. Dahaka here in the bot. Getting pretty close to finished with his race car Dahaka. You can see the movement speed that the bushes now give. And really good, I think, decisions here from Bronzd6 in terms of knowing when they don't really want to engage. Here comes the 4v3. The ice wall tries to separate out, but not really a major threat there right out of the gate. May goes under, tries to finish. The fort is still standing, but only just. Meanwhile, in the bottom, Cassia going to clear that up. And that fort finally goes down. So, more passive XP now heading in the direction of Caffeinated Knights. And that's going to start to make a difference as we get closer to 20. So we're going to need to see Bronzd6 try to make something happen here in terms of getting one of these forts down. They might be able to find themselves a D.Va. There is the mech. Oh, the Blessed Shield did not connect. Suppression Pulse. D.Va does get into her mech. Dahaka with the immediate tongue, but she hits the boosters, and a good escape there by Arc on that D.Va. Got the Blessed Shield out from that. Now pushing in here. As, oh, Mark got a bit isolated, is slowed. Good knockback. Ice Wall, Dahaka maybe a bit forward. Oh, gets the tongue onto Cassia. Do they get the finish? The Starfall comes out. They don't. Now turning their attention onto the D.Va. She's not going to have the bomb this time. The Lunar Flare almost connects, but doesn't. D.Va is now out of her mech. The tongue immediately to follow up, and they get the kill onto D.Va. Bronzd6 executes that very, very well. Now let's see. Are they going to go for the objective? No, they're going to focus the fort here, but D.Va's just going to clear that lane up so fast. Oh, there's the tongue. They get the Lunar Flare follow as well, but now actually they are turning their attention towards this objective, going for the channel as Falstad goes to clean up this mid lane. See if we get a fight here. D.Va is down for another 15. Artanis looks for the swap of the wall, finds Danny. Now with the gate down, that's not a kill, but that certainly does make Bronzd6 back up for a bit. Oh, Kira needs to be careful. Gets stunned out by the main Mighty Gust used to secure the getaway. Channel progress is still continuing. Let's take a... well, no, I don't want to break away now because we are likely to fight. Dahaka had actually backed up here. Suppression Pulse comes down, gets onto Tyrande and Falstad. Raynor on the flank, tries to focus onto the Cassia, but she does have that armor. There's the ball lightning. Tongue onto the Cassia, tries to secure the getaway. There's the Ice Wall being used like a Void Prison, isolating out too. The stun follow is going to connect onto Tyrande. Raynor and Dahaka have gone down, as has Joanna, as has Tyrande. Falstad, the only one able to get away. And Caffeinated Knights turning on the Jets big time. CRT tries to get this channel, gonna have to give it up, so that is the Hellbats going over. Let's take a look at that once again. See, they kind of catch Raynor in the mud pit. Cassia goes in with the ball lightning. There's the chase. Everyone has to run through the mud pit. Great ice wall with the stun follow-up. Falstad only able to escape because of the barrel roll, but then they just start picking them off one at a time. Great job by Caff Knights as now they work on getting this boss here in the bottom lane while D.Va defends the objective. This is going to be a big push into this softened up bottom lane. And this is a major threat that Bronzd6 is going to have to find a way to deal with. Chloe, please stop eating plastic off the floor. Sorry, be right back. Sorry about that. My cat found some plastic. And it went crinkle crinkle, so she wanted to eat it. And that's bad for kitties. Ooh, Danny, a little bit of a risky spot there. Does manage to get back. Here comes the big defense. 4-on-4. Now, we might see Falstad. Falstad currently top dealing with D.Va. The Ice Wall comes in. Looking for the swap. There's the big diva stun. Starfall, though, is going to zone it out. This boss with the cavalry, however, is on this keep, so it's got to be... It's going to be a tall task to defend this keep. I'm pretty sure the keep is there. Oh, Danny gets swapped in the back, but that is Joe. Arguably, if anyone's... Oh, but there's the Bloodlust. They want to get onto Dahaka. Are they going to find it? They do. Now Falstad has had the Hearth. Can they get some turnaround kills? Looks like Rainer and Danny are both in a lot of trouble. Danny goes down. Mark not able to make it back to the Hall of Storms. And that might be the series. Calf Knights, they're going to go ahead, finish this camp, reduce the core armor. They're going to find Tyrande, and they are going to win this series. Caffeinated Knights got back to form after a really devastating Game 2 for them. Got back to form and finished off. Great showing from Bronzd6, but it is going to be Calf Knights who takes this game. Well done by Caffeinated Knights. Well, with that, Calf Knights is going to take this series, and they are going to advance into not first place. They'll be they'll actually still be behind Bronzd6 in the standings because they'll only be at 3 points, and Bronzd6 will be at 4. But still, you know, points are points. It does help out. Let's take a quick gander at those standings as I get things configured here. You can take a look at the post-game stats if you would. Man, just that damage coming out from Love Dart once again. Love Dart really just excellent night from him on game 1 and 3. Really helped secure things. Yeah, that's Tyrande. I was worried about how Tyrande was going to be able to get auto attacks off, and it felt like with that Mei kind of pressuring out and separating the front line from the back line, it made it pretty tricky. And Calf Knights, you know, ultimately take that second objective, take the boss, and they just run it right down Bronzd6's throat. So we'll be right back. We're going to see if we can do a post-game interview. Stay tuned, and thank you all very much for sticking around through the delays. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back, Nexus Gaming Series, as we wrap up this excellent 3-game series between Bronzd6 and Caffeinated Knights, 2 teams that I pegged as heavyweights in Nexus Division right out of the gate. I am joined by the captain. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Harborim.
Harborum's correct. Thank you.
All
You can
right,
just call
good.
me Harb. Harb is
All
easier
right, ah.
most of the
I
time.
mean, I'll see Harborim and want to say Harborim, and frankly, it's kind of fun to say. So Harborim, how you guys feeling after that match?
Pretty good. Pretty good. We know Bronzd6 is a tough team. Our we don't know what our expectations are for Nexus div because it's a new div and it's the cream of a div, I guess, and maybe other people and so we. When this team first started, we were in B, and then we were then eventually placed in A, and now we've been placed in Nexus. So we seem to be moving forward in the right direction
Mhm.
there. Yeah, happy things turned out the way it did tonight. Game two was kind of unpleasant,
Yeah, we'll
but
we'll
it did
definitely
go
we'll get there, but
certainly.
so game one, I was actually kind of worried for you guys at one point, and I'm neutral as a caster, of course. I wasn't cheering for either team, but I was worried for you guys from a standpoint of it felt like you might be about to experience death from 1,000 paper cuts. Like you had lost top fort, you had a ton of damage on bot fort, but it was still standing. But it just felt like neither team was able to get a DK, but
Mhm.
both teams were kind of trading punches, and it felt like, despite some good swaps here and there, it was really starting to lean Bronzd6's way, and then it turned. What do you attribute that turn to in game one, Dragon
Oh,
Shire?
well, I guess waiting for ultimates, I suppose. We play. Well, we don't play Dragonshire very often. But when we do, we like to play slow. We don't go for early dragons. We kind of go for soak. We go for camps and things like that. And so kind of hanging on to the mid game, I guess, where we can start making plays. The and I thought they went over pretty well. The Let's see here. The Goodness, yeah. I mean, they had the Falstad, the Stukov. Chromie's always pretty spooky. So we were kind of like biting our nails on how we
Hmm.
wanted to engage this, but just kind of waited out the mid game, and things ended up turning in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. It felt like once you got that first DK, well, you got like a big kill and got the DK. You guys did a really good job of staying aggressive enough, both from a macro, but also from a like, let's see if we can pressure a pickoff or something. And I think it forced some mistakes out from Bronzd6 that ultimately worked out in your guys' favor. So I definitely want to give you kudos for how you finished that map.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you. I want to give kudos to the Chromie player. I think that was Kira because her
yeah,
time stops were
I noticed the
interrupting the
ban. I noticed
swaps.
the ban came out despite the map result. Both
Mm-hmm.
games after that.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely respect. Kira is one of the like I think Kira was play of the week like 2 times when I did 323 weekly last season.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh geez.
one of the highlights was literally called Kira kills everyone.
Oh
And I think the
no.
other was like Kira lives up to the name because I just watched Death Note and I thought it was cool
Uh-huh.
that I knew what Kira meant. Anyway,
Sure.
but no, so Kira, very solid player. Well, so map two. Now this was your guys' map choice. So you won the map. Calf Knights choose to go with first pick, and you guys take it to Towers of Doom. What motivated the choice first and foremost?
We tend to do, contrary to appearances, we tend to do very good on
Hmm.
Towers of Doom. I think it's one of the best maps this game has. It's the comebacks are absolutely insane.
Hmm.
The rising tension of a game as it plays out into the late game and the very late game is just fairly unique on other maps, and we like to brawl pretty hard, and
Hmm.
of course push the bottom and hold it and like strangle the points away from the other
Right.
team. But we
Yeah. Well, I
um,
guess what do you think? Like, because you guys, it seemed a bit out of sorts from the get go, and there was a point you guys were down about 3 levels. Now you managed to kind of punch back and at least make it look like you had an opportunity. But where did where was going wrong in that early game for you guys?
Sure. It was that camp invade in which the three of us
Hmm.
died. It was a controversial call. We stuck to it in spite of how differing opinions, and it did not go our way. And of course, things just and a good team will continue to exploit
Right.
that tempo change from there. Our drafting was a little unusual too. There was a little confusion of that there. So between the gameplay, between our drafting composure, it just wasn't the same as it
Right.
was in maps 1 and 3.
Now you guys did manage to at least punch back a bit, even though you were down by a significant margin. But
Mhm.
you guys managed to only get one shot off the 6 cap, which that's good. You managed to get back your structures, that's good. Ultimately, unable to close it out with the 0 margin for error. What do you think went wrong on that last fight, if you remember it?
Sure. Oh, goodness gracious. Being too slow for the Lucio cap, certainly. Of
Hmm.
course, he's got the movement speed. He can put distance on the confusion of the fight, pretty well. And props to him. He leveraged Lucio. Who played that? That was I think that was, yeah, Ferret. He leveraged that pretty well. And especially into the variant, the scary
Hmm.
surprise. You're taunted. Goodbye.
The hang on the Scarian.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I
Yes, the
I I think
Scarian.
I think I have to retire as a caster now. But go
Okay,
ahead.
and the Scarthus
No.
too, because I watched their game last week and they played Arthas and on Volskaya, and
Mhm.
uh, they just ran it down the back line, and I'm the healer. I don't want to be I don't want to get destroyed like that by an Arthas in my face. So
Right.
it was a scary team. They did a fine job and exploited our failures really well on game two.
All right. Well, so I mean, after that, you guys certainly needed to recover. You took it to Alterac Pass. What made you go with Map Pick, given that, and I noted this, Map Pick lost both games,
Oh, interesting.
both one and
Fascinating.
two, I should say. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good stat. Goodness. What motivated that map? We like our Alterac. We think a lot of teams are just don't play it. Maybe you forget about it. There's all these other signature maps, and then there's kind of Alterac, right?
Mhm.
And and we tend to do pretty well on it, and we have things we like to play on it that tend to work out pretty well. Being very sharp with the camps. Played out pretty well, and they were very consistent with that too. But that cheeky Falstad gang steals. If we weren't as sharp on taking those on cooldown, then he would have gotten away with those a lot more than he did.
Mhm.
And so we're thankful we were able to rotate properly in time for those.
All right. Well, um, obviously that map worked out for you guys, but once again, kind of a slow start like Dragonshire. It felt like both teams were more than content to wait for level 10 to go for the objective. Walk me through kind of like what your mindset is on waiting for 10 to play for first objective.
Sure. Well, the objectives aren't that strong in the beginning, and it's you don't want to allocate so many resources, and when I say resources, I mean like bodies on the field
Right. Blade
for
soak,
a
camp
yeah,
clear, right.
right. You don't. I mean, you can have a delicious level 7 fight and like make it really bloody, and maybe you pull it off, but the consequences of that succeeding in your level 8 object, or excuse me, 8 minutes objective, first objective, is just not kind of all that worth it. So we play it patiently, and try not to get things too out of hand. Take the camps on cooldown with people that know, with heroes that can do a good job at that. And then very much like game one on Dragonshire, just kind of wait for the mid game and start making those plays.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, you guys ended that game quick, getting that big 4-man kill, and then I'm actually playing the replay now of you guys running it down core. And I love the wherewithal to be like, yeah, we can kill core, but we got to kill mid keep first just to get that armor reduction. I mean, it was low enough,
Sure.
but really good end to the game, and obviously, big 2 points on the board. This actually, the interesting thing here, and I'm putting the standing ups now. Although I know if you're watching stream, like you have a 30-second delay, you're not seeing it. You guys now have 3 points. Bronzd6, who you just beat, has 4. Um, so my question to you is, now that this season's gotten underway, and it looks like Nexus division is just a bloodbath. I mean, you got Zircon getting the 2-1 over Gilly Shark. Gilly Shark got the 2-1 over Hippity Hoppity Bros. Phoenix Rising Ruby and Spooky Bookie Boys had a really crazy match. What are
Hmm.
your expectations now here? I'm curious to hear, like, what are your goals for this season in this
Sure.
division?
Absolutely. Well, but like I said earlier, we come from a div, and so do other teams in this div. Those would be THC, lol,
Mhm.
Team Happy Cloud, and and Gilly Shark there. We played them both last season. We beat THC, and then we lost to Gilly Shark, and then so we kind of did like a rock paper scissors, I think, between
Right.
the three of us. And so
A
I mean,
East
I'm
was
interested.
insane last season. For the note, it was insanely competitive. I mean,
Right, I heard
most
you say on your 3-2-3 that the margin of being a part of playoffs or not being a part of playoffs was like a matter of 2 points or
well,
something like
so
that.
what it was like with a week, like with a week left in the season. Although there were still
Mm,
like some flex matches, so it's not exactly even, but like a week left in the season between third place and ninth place was 2 points.
yeah, yeah,
Now
that's
again, like
unreal.
the team in third place had like a flex match left, so they had 6 potential points on the table, and I think they picked
Hmm.
them up. And then
Hmm.
yeah, but it was still like A East was just, I mean, Beef Boys, who finished like low seed playoffs, beat Gilly Shark like week one, and that completely threw me off. So this division I think is going to be every bit as competitive. But with that, I will
Yeah.
now give you guys the floor for shoutouts.
Sure. Well, oh my goodness. How about you for starters? DB Smiley, you do such a good job streaming.
Thank you.
People that watch you can tell how much work you put into it. You do the 3-2-3 on Sundays. I mean, I feel like I could do a 3-2-3 for a single division. You do them all, and you crowdsource more
Yeah, but I,
information
but I,
besides that.
but I also suck at doing it. I think that's the point. But anyway, go
You
ahead.
know what? Well, well, you and people, you're you're doing it, and
Yeah.
other people aren't, and that's the difference. And so,
Thank
so we
you. I
appreciate
do
what
appreciate the kind words.
there.
Thank you.
Absolutely, like it's worth speaking up about. Right. I think Bronzd6. I think you guys are very very good players. Wish you good rest of the
Love
of
those
the.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wish you good rest of the season, and of course, my own team. Loved Ardos Manthus, Arc, and Darkhawk. Well, did I name them all? Hope I did. Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, and goodness, yeah, and everyone who's watching, thank you so much for being part of this.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you again. And obviously, best of luck to both teams the remainder of the season. I love these mainstay NGS teams, especially ones that have moved up from B, and always certainly wish them the most success. But with that, I will thank Harbor for the interview, and we will end it there. So I'm going to go ahead and kick our raid over to Eric with a K, not a C. Sorry, had to sneeze. He is doing Cosmos Blue Shift versus Soak Every Lane. So stick around for that. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great night. From me and the kitty cats, take care.